Let's get some sports for you now. Ketaban Gordestani is here. Hi there, Ketaban. We're going to start with the football. It went down to the wire last night, didn't it? But Manchester City, not the other one, are in the Premier League for the second time in 2 years, right?
Yes, second time in 2 years, and that's a pretty big feat because it hadn't happened in 10 years. The last time it happened was actually Manchester United. They're bitter rivals. City have done it too. That was after a victory 4-1 in Brighton to finish the Premier League season with 98 points, just one little point clear of Liverpool becoming the first team in 10 years to retain that title. And of course, they wasted little time in celebrating that sixth title after the pitch. The party continued in the locker rooms with a rendition of Oasis Wonderwall in the company of, you recognized him there, Noel Gallagher, who is a lifelong fan of Manchester City. And then as the sun was setting on the Premier League season, the party moved on to the plane as the players flew home to celebrate with their fans in Manchester, receiving a hero's welcome at Etihad Stadium. Players who danced and sang on stage, taking turns lifting that trophy with fireworks lighting up the sky of Manchester, and a very happy Pep Guardiola.
Back-to-back is more and more difficult. So the first time last season was always perfect, but this season we had an incredible opponent. So congratulations Liverpool as well for this incredible season. But we did it. We beat them.
Now, despite the big celebration, City's season is not over just yet. They are still on track to complete a historic domestic treble next Saturday when they'll face Watford in the FA Cup. Moving on to tennis now, the Italian Open in Rome is the last major tournament before the French Open, and Serena Williams made a winning return to action with a straight sets victory over Swedish qualifier Rebecca Peterson, the 23-time Grand Slam winner who had been sidelined since March with a knee injury, looked fully recovered as she completed a 6-4, 6-2 victory in just 76 minutes to reach the second round. Venus Williams, who will be facing her sister, Venus, in round two. Venus Williams, who beat Elise Mertens of Belgium 7-5, 3-6, 7-6. Meanwhile, Britain's Johanna Konta is also through in straight sets. 15th-seeded Qiang Wang was defeated by Ekaterina Siniakova 1-6, 7-5, 6-4. And Madison Keys also through to the next round. Meanwhile, in the men's draw, the 13th-seeded Borna Coric was made to work for his win over Canadian teenager Félix Auger-Aliassime. Coric led the 18-year-old 4-2 in the opener before the Canadian recovered to force and win the tiebreaker, but Coric quickly bounced back, winning the first three games of the second set, and then breaking serve in the opening game of the decider on his way to victory, 6-7, 6-3, 6-4, and 2 hours and 30 minutes on the court. The top seeds, Karen Khachanov and Marco Cecchinato, they also dropped a set on their way to the second round. Meanwhile, Canadian Denis Shapovalov defeated Spain's Pablo Carreño Busta 6-3, 7-6, while fellow Spaniard Albert Ramos Vignolas easily beat 15th-seeded Gaël Monfils 6-3, 6-1. On to the night's NBA playoff action. The Toronto Raptors reached the Eastern Conference Finals for the second time in franchise history after beating Philadelphia. In a tight contest, the Sixers relied on a collective effort, with all five starters finishing in double digits, led by Joel Embiid's 21 points, while the Raptors largely left it to Kawhi Leonard, who scored 41 points on the night, including 15 in the final quarter. With 4 seconds left on the clock, the game was tied at 90-all before Leonard connected a 15-foot corner jumper on the buzzer to give Toronto the win, 92-90. In the Eastern Conference Finals, the Raptors will be facing the Bucks with Game 1 on Wednesday in Milwaukee. And meanwhile, in the West, the Blazers also wrapped up their series with a 100-96 win over the Nuggets in Game 7. Portland will be facing the defending champions, the Golden State Warriors, in that Western Conference Final starting this Tuesday. And we finish with some cycling. Fernando Gaviria of Colombia was awarded stage 3 of the Giro d'Italia after finishing second in the race. The Italian champion Elia Viviani had crossed the line first, but was relegated for dangerous sprinting. Race officials ruled that Viviani had deviated from his line of sprinting to block out Matteo Moschetti, but the official winner, Gaviria, kept his arms behind his back on the podium and his head down, refusing to celebrate, and said after the race that the Italian deserved to win.
Today, I arrived second. The winner of the stage is Elia Viviani. He's a really good guy, really strong sprinter, and this part of the career is really incredible because Elia always tried to do everything good, training good, food good, and also in the road is really correct. And then I'm disappointed for Elia because he's really good friend than me, and he's the winner of the third stage in the Giro.
Meanwhile, Laura, in the overall standing, it is still Primoz Roglic who is in the overall leader's pink jersey.
All right, good stuff, Ketevan. Thank you very much indeed. That's it for the sport. We're taking a short break. Don't go away. Much more still to come.